Okay. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are well. We're gonna start by setting up nice and straight in our seat. We want to bring our feet to the ground in a way where we're fully supported. So, from our feet all the way up through our body to the crown of our head, we're able to completely feel aligned and connected. Take a moment to just maybe wiggle the toes just to refocus and shift your attention to your body. Breathe in and out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to tell our body to relax. So we'll take a breath in just as we're breathing and send it down to our feet. And on the exhale, tell our bodies to relax. And we'll take another breath and bring it into our legs. And on the exhale, relax. Bringing a breath into our sits bone and belly. And then exhale and relax. Bring a breath into the chest. And exhale and relax. Bringing a breath into the shoulders, down through the arms, into the fingertips. Hands fall to the side. Exhale and relax. Breath to the neck body, feeling the breath through the throat. And exhale, relax. Bringing a breath now through the face body all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale and relax. Next breath in, we're going to tell our emotions to relax. So bring a breath in throughout our full body, noticing any sensations or feelings, any emotional feelings, maybe even to our heart. And then exhale and relax. Bring a breath now into the mind, completely connected to the mind, just as an observer. And then exhale and relax. Take your hands, place them on your bellies, and just for a moment, start to connect to the breath in a way that you haven't before this moment. Now, with a relaxed state of mind, body, and emotion, at least you've given yourself permission to relax. You can start to just take stock, going a little bit deeper into how the breath is connecting to the body. Maybe even noticing what your needs are at this moment. Do you have any need to have to shift the body or move or realign? Do you have any needs for the breath to fill up even a little bit deeper with air? Or maybe the breath requires a little less fill up right now. You're just not in the mood to fill up completely yet. You just want to kind of take it easy at your own pace. So allow yourself to mindfully make a choice to respond to what your body requires by listening. And do this for about 4 breath cycles. Next, feel the tips of the fingertips connecting to the belly on the next inhale. And then on the exhale, feel the belly sink in towards the navel. Throughout this practice, we're going to match the movement to our breath. And if you feel like you can't do anything else, do your best to match the movement to the breath. Completely respecting your body and where you are right now. And take about 3 more breaths to do this. So we're going to bring our hands down by our sides. Fingertips wobble. If your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed or you can open them and fix your gaze in front of you. We're going to begin by rolling the shoulders up towards the ears and pausing for a second. And then on the exhale, gently placing the shoulders back down. Intentionally, on the next inhale, lifting the shoulders up to the ears. And then on the exhale, intentionally allowing them to relax. Do this 2 more times. You're just lifting the shoulders up in a way where you're telling your mind to lift up your shoulders. And then on the exhale, you're telling your shoulders to drop. Last one. Starting to connect the mind now to the breath and the movement. So you're completely focused. We're going to start with this. We're going to go to a shoulder roll. Start with bringing your shoulders behind you and just kind of bring them behind you like you're pinching a penny in between your shoulder blades. And then roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then drop them down so that the chest body or that clavicle body just kind of drops in. And then we come back up. And then we roll down. It's sort of like the Incredible Hulk coming forward. So you're bringing your strength forward and then taking it down. But we're matching the breath too. So inhale and breathe in. And then exhale and drop forward. Next, we're going to reverse 4 times. So now we're going to come forward. Sort of like we're shrugging our shoulders. I don't know. And then we lift up. Draw those ears back. Again, we're going to almost pinch the shoulder blades behind us, but the chest is lifting up and we're pulling back. Inhale, breathe in, and then exhale out. And maybe add in the belly just a little bit. And it's okay. You're just going a little bit, going as far as you feel comfortable going with your back bend. Incorporating that into the shoulder roll. And then we're going to bring our hands up, rolling them up. Hands face the ceiling and hold them there for a moment. Feel your shoulders activated, but also feel your bicep and your tricep activated. That's that upper area of the arm body. That's where that muscle builds when we use weights or when we do anything with our arms that's similar to this. Or even when we flip our hands down and we're in a warrior 2 pose, for example. So we're activating those arms, fingertip to fingertip. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back away. Notice how this changes. Breathing in and breathing out. 4 times. Rolling up and back. Rolling up and back, keeping that same kind of motion as we had when our hands were down by our sides. And then we're going to roll forward, no break in between. If you really need to take one, you can, but allow the breath to match with the movement. And you're going to feel like your shoulders are starting to get tired, and I want you to push through that and lift the arms up, reach them up overhead. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. So bring them up to the ears and then roll them away. Do that 2 more times so that you know this is not the way we need to be. We don't want our shoulders to the ears. We always want to roll them away. And then we're going to bring our hands down by our sides, but slowly. 4, 3, don't rush. 2, 1. Beautiful. Arms relax. Feel the blood flow through the arm body to the tips of the fingertips. Notice the support that you receive from the rest of your body. It's very important that your feet are about hips width apart here. Happen to just notice, and if you look down, that your legs are parallel. And you should be able to have your knees stacked on top of your ankles. This is a huge part of your support in chair yoga. Arms rise up, lifting up, pressing your feet into the ground. You're reaching up through your pelvic bowl body, through the chest, fingertips rise, look up, gaze up, back bending slightly. Breathe in, and then exhale, hands come down by the sides. Again, keep your feet firmly pressed onto the ground. Squeeze the core. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reaching up overhead. Remember, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Fingertips are parallel to one another. Gaze up, lifting up through your back bend slightly. See if you can take your gaze up towards the sky as well, or the ceiling. And then bring the hands down. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Inhale, breathe in, arms rise. Now it's flowy. Lifting up, reaching up, looking up, seated mountain pose. Exhale, lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, and then we're going to go straight into a flow. Arms rise, reach up, lifting up overhead, mountain pose. Now lean forward, start to bring the chest towards the thighs, forward fold. We're going to come right into that first flow, and we're just going to pause here for a moment. Drop your head down so that the nape of the neck is loose, the chin tucks into the chest, the arms hang by the sides. Breathe in and out. Nothing to do and nowhere to go but to rest. Your belly and your chest rested on your thighs. And then on the next inhale, use the strength from the inhale, pressing through your belly with that breath to lift up, half lift, flat back, lifting your chest up. But we're only going to be about 45 degrees up, like an acute angle. So we're lifting our head forward, lifting out of our pelvic bowl. Our bellies are strong. The strength is in our core, okay? But you're also pressing again into the support of your feet. If you press more into the ground, notice how that helps you gain in strength. Imagine wrapping your belly muscles around your abs every time you press your feet into the ground. Exhale. Lower back down. Now that's probably the only one we hold that long, but let's continue to use the strength that we receive from that. Come back up, coming through that half lift, flat back, all the way up, back into seated mountain pose, looking up, gazing up, taking our hands back down by our sides, but 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Now you can keep your hands coming back down by the side, like we did, or you can bring your hands to a namaste, prayer hands, and bring it to your heart center. Your choice. And we're going to go through 2 more flows. Look up, gaze up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Remember, your hands can come by the sides or you can come down through the heart center. Last one. I'm just going to go through the breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Keep the hands together pressed. If they're to the side, bring them up so that your hands are pressed to the heart center. Pause for a moment and just notice your body. We're just opening it up. And I want you to pivot your body over towards the right. Come back to center. Pivot the body towards the left. Come back to center. Pivot the body towards the right. Take your left elbow and bring it down to your thigh. And look up and gaze up. Your right elbow now shifts up towards the ceiling. You want to pivot back on those shoulders and take that gaze up. Now, if you feel as though that you can't make it, you can keep your left elbow on your left thigh, but I want you to try to challenge yourself, if possible, to get over to the other side. And if you're super flexible, maybe you even hook that elbow to the outside of the right leg. Again, you don't have to. You got options here. Squeeze the core, come back in, pivot up, still looking to the right side. You know how I like to pivot, and then pivot back to the center. We're going to now pivot over to the left. Take that right elbow, bring that right elbow to your home. So right elbow, right elbow, left thigh, or right elbow hooked over the left thigh. Look up, gaze up, left elbow's pointing towards the ceiling. You're pivoting back on the left shoulder, gaze is up. Your rest of your body is still anchored and strong. So imagine that your sits bone is still anchored and rooted into the chair, okay? Because I don't want to have one side up more than the other. We want to try to keep everything grounded. Sits bone rooted, feet rooted. Breathe in and out. Come back up to center, pivoting, still looking toward the left. Pivot back to center. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do that again. So every time we do a second time, you're going to notice that it gets easier. Okay? This time I want you to make a decision. You can either take your legs, close them, or you can keep them open. Okay? I want you to make the decision for yourself. You're going to take that left elbow, wiggle the left elbow, and bring it down towards your home on your thighs. Wherever you were last time, all I ask is that you try to go maybe a millimeter or two more. How big is a millimeter? Very little, but just do your best to try to challenge yourself wherever you are and go just a little bit deeper. And if today's just not the day, then that's fine. So we're doing this twist again, but this time we're going to do more breath work with the twist. See if you can follow your breath through your heart, through your back, through your chest, through your belly, all the way down into the sits bone. And notice how the breath acts when it comes into a twisted body. And see if you can just feel that on your spine. Pivot back up, coming back, looking at the right side, pivot back to the center. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to take the right elbow, wiggle the right elbow, find its home. Take the left elbow up and take the gaze up. And again, we're going to breathe more into the sensation, following the breath in our mind's eye, down through the heart, the chest, the back, the belly, all the way into the sits bone. Come back up, taking your time, still pivoting, looking at the left side, gently twist the body into the middle. Breathe in and breathe out, and then bring the hands down by the side. Open the feet back up if they're not open already, if you happen to close them for the second part of that pose. We're going to go through a flow. Arms rise. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. I see some shoulders by the ears. Yeah, there we go. Breathe in and out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. We're going to drop our chin into our chest. And I want you to just sit there for a second. And just notice the way your neck body feels, okay? It's really good to assess the neck because we hold a lot of tension in the neck body. So just take a few breaths in and also notice if your alignment is off. Even my own alignment, I have to readjust and readjust and readjust. So maybe sit up a little bit taller in your back body. Allow the vertebrae to stack all the way up to that nape of the neck body. That's that area that the lowest part of the neck is connected to on the spine. Chin is still tucked into the chest. We're sitting up nice and straight. So if we're leaning down, for example, we start to sit up a little bit taller. Tuck that belly in just a little bit. Only the chin should be tucked to the chest and forward. Just take a moment to breathe. If you want, you can take your hands and place them on top of your thighs. Then we're going to roll our right ear towards our right shoulder. Allow the left side to be loose. Breathe in and out. Now take your left hand, if it's in your practice. This is going to stretch the left side of the neck more. So if you feel like you don't want to stretch the neck anymore, just stay where you are. Otherwise, bring your left hand down by your left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Then take your hand and make it flat like a pancake. And start to just wash it back and forth, breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bring your hand back to the thigh. Tuck the chin back into the center chest. Pause there for a moment. Reposition your alignment. Take the left ear, drop it to the left shoulder. And just sit there for a second. If it's in your practice, take your hand, bring it down by the side on the right side, and just drop it there. Now you're stretching out the right side of the neck body. Take that hand and start to pancake the hand and then just kind of wash it back and forth. Breathing in and breathing out. It's just a gentle movement. Bring the right hand back to the thigh, chin back to the chest. And start to roll the head, just from the left to the right. 180 degrees, it's a half circle or a half moon. Allow the breath to match to the movement. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then go in for a full roll. Breathing in and breathing out. And then come back to center. We're going to keep our hands on our thighs. I want you to start to press the chest forward, arch the back body. And when I say arch, you're going to arch like you're protruding the belly forward. Navel comes towards the thighs. Open up the heart. Drop the head back. Chin rises. The throat expands. So the throat muscles expand. You're still rooted and grounded in the seat beneath you. Maybe smile. And then on the next exhale, you're going to pull back. Chin tucks down to the chest. The back body now comes towards the chair. And you're still rooted and grounded into the seat beneath you. And I'm going to move my chair just so that you can see it. And see what it looks like. Then we're going to come back forward. Back body. Arch is the opposite direction. And we're just doing some seated cat-cows. So this is our cow pose. Navel comes forward. Back arches in. Head falls back. And then reverse. And do this about 5 more times. Keep your hands on your thighs. If you like, you can even kind of stretch the arms forward and back, really pressing the hands towards the knees, and then on the elbows back, they kind of gaze back by your sides. And just know it's a process. Some of you may feel like just doing something small, like tiny little movements is enough, and that is. What you don't want to do is you don't want to overstretch throughout your seated cat-cows, or any cat-cows for that matter. It doesn't matter if they are in the chair or on the mat. However you do cat-cows, you want to make sure that you're not overextending. Come back to center. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to go for a flow. Arms come up, reach up overhead. Shoulders are away from the ears because we're getting used to that, right? Look up, gaze up. Now back bend slightly. See about what happens when you take your chin up towards the ceiling. See, it might be a little bit looser since doing those cat-cows. On the next exhale, come forward, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Open up the legs just a little bit, and I want you to take your left hand. Okay, so tilt that left hand, and I want you to just come down and grip the right leg, the right thigh, or the right ankle. Keep your right hand up. Breathe in and out. Squeeze the core, come back up through a starfish. So you look kind of like a starfish right now. Take that right hand, rotate that hand a few times. Keep that hand long, come out, find a home for your right hand. So wherever you feel most flexible, go there and take the left hand up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out. Come back up on the inhale, starfish. All right, left hand, rotate it. Left hand comes down a little bit lower from wherever you were, okay? And then the fingertips on the right side come up. Take a breath in and out. On the next inhale, come back up to starfish. Right hand, rotate that right hand. Okay, straight right hand as it comes down. You're stretching out through the back body. You're lifting out of the shoulder blades. You're coming down to wherever you feel most comfortable on your left leg, and you're cross over. And then the left hand is up. Take a breath in and out, and then on the next breath in, come back to center. And keep your hands here. So instead of them being straight, now we're going to bring them up into goddess pose. Breathe in and out. Take your right ear, bring it towards your right hand, and then to the other side, left ear towards the left hand. Right ear, left ear. Keep the breath, matching the movement. 2 more. Good. And then bring the hands down by the sides. Take the feet, toe heel them back to hips width apart. All right. Next, for the next 30 breath cycles. So remember, breath cycle is a full cycle in. It's a breath in, a pause, and a breath out, and then a pause again. So it's not necessarily 30 seconds. It's 30 breath cycles. I want you to get in tune with yourself. Close your eyes and start to just move the body. Using your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Anything that we did or anything that you want to do right now for this next 30 breath cycles, I invite you to do that. I'm going to start with just rotating my upper body. Maybe I want to extend a leg or two to the left or the right. You don't have to do what I do. I want you to just really give yourself permission to ask what you need and then provide it for yourself for this next few moments. If your arms feel like they need a little more love, give them love. If your back feels like it needs more love, give it love. If you like these forward folds, go for the forward folds. If you like the rotation of the belly body, which can be really, really great and inviting, with your breath, you can do that too. Breathe in and breathe out. Say about another 15 breath cycles. Ten more breath cycles. Five more breath cycles. Three more breath cycles. One more breath cycle. Come back to center. Beautiful. Just notice the way your body feels after that. Close your eyes and just tune inward for the next few moments. Notice that sensation and feeling coming through the body, and know that you're responsible for that. So however you feel right now, you're completely responsible in the sense that you've listened to your body, you've done your best to accommodate whatever your needs were. And though it may not feel perfect, you can use the rest of this practice to feel the sense of fulfillment and honor for your body knowing that you will continue to honor and respect it as we continue the practice. Let's go through a flow. Arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Yep, there you go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Keep them in the air. Take the fingertips, press the hands up towards the ceiling. So palms pressed up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades are away from the ears, and we're going to lean to our right, and we're going to pivot our left shoulder back and look up. Your sits bone grounded into the seat beneath you. Come back to center, and then to the other side we go. And we're going to roll back, look up, gaze up. Breathing in and breathing out. Come back to center. Bring the hands down by the side. This time though, after you hit the side, I want you to bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Now you can keep them pressed on the sacrum, or you can pull your arms back and lift away from your sacrum. And if you want to even lean a little bit forward, you can. And then gently let the arms go. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hands are going to come out. And we're going to just pull inwards. Imagine we have a box in our hands. And then come back. Shoulder blades come behind us. Pull back. Coming forward, box in our hands. Exhale, shoulder blades come behind us. Coming forward. And then back. And that's to prepare us. As we bring our hands forward, take our box, roll the shoulders away from the ears, take the hands and lay them flat in the imaginary box. So now you're laying your hands on your imaginary box. All the strength comes from the arms. Take the right fingertips, wiggle the right fingertips. Take the right hand, place it on the right shoulder. Take the left hand and bring it underneath. And I know sometimes I get a little muffly here, so please bear with me. But you want to keep the shoulders strong. You want to keep the fingertips on the shoulder blades, so to speak. Keep a triangle in between. I don't know if you can see it. Keep a triangle in between that space where your arms are. So you should be in like a shark position. If you take your arms and you just pull them away, it's like your shark is speaking. Okay? The reason why is that you're not here on your chest. Your arms are up. They're active. They're strong. And gently, you're going to breathe in and out. Now, if it's in your practice, you don't have to do this. You can come into eagle pose. And you take your hands and you bind them. Again, if it's not in your practice, stay in your hug position, keeping your elbows up. If you're an eagle, still keep your elbows up, but now you can come into your binded position. We're going to start to lift up, lift the shoulder blades back by pivoting them back. The elbows start to draw a shape coming up towards the ceiling. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Back bending the body, you're lifting up out of your heart. Then slowly come forward, keeping a nice, steady movement. And you're going to rest your belly on your thighs. Your arms are hanging in front of your knees. And whether or not you're in the bind position or you're hugging yourself, it's still the same thing. The chest and the belly are on the thighs. Relax and breathe in and out. And next breath in, really allow it to go through the spine body. Feel as though that it's going up through each vertebrae. And then on the exhale, let go and relax the belly a little bit more onto the thighs. It's like you're melting onto your thighs. And then gently, we're going to take our next inhale in. And as we do that, we're going to press more into the ground. Use the ground for support as we lift up and rise up. Elbows come up towards the ceiling, chin stays tucked into the chest. Breathing in and out, just stay here for a moment, back bend if you like. Keep the elbows up. And then come back to center, where we started. If you're in a bind position, I want you to wrap your hands around your arm body, coming back into that place where you're hugging yourself. If you're already hugging yourself, stay there for a moment. And then together we're going to unwind our hands and extend them out to the sides. Again, flip the hands, coming forward, and we're going to press our hands to our imaginary box and then press back our shoulder blades. Pressing in again, imaginary box, press back to those shoulder blades. Breathing in and out. Last one. And then we come back to center. And I just want you to rest your hands for a second before we do the other side. And shake it out. Beautiful. Arms come up. Hands are on your box. Imagine it's an imaginary box. Wiggle the left fingertips. Yes. Take the left fingertips, place them on the right shoulder. Take your right hand, come underneath. Keep those shoulder blades connected to the fingertips. Elbows are up off the chest. You should see that triangle. So everybody dip your chin to your chest. If you want to go in for your bind, you're welcome to go in for your binds. Start to tilt the chest back, lifting through the abs, lifting up through the rib cage. Elbows are up towards the ceiling. Chin stays tucked into the chest. Breathe in and out. And then slowly come back forward, pressing your chest and your belly towards your thighs and relaxing them there. You're going to allow the full weight to come down so that you're able to rest. You're still keeping your bind or you're still keeping your hug. Whatever position, those elbows are hanging over the knee body, hanging over the leg body, but the chest and the belly are completely supported. And breathe in and out and imagine that breath is just wrapping around the spine body, breath by breath, vertebrae by vertebrae. Chin is relaxed, head is completely heavy. All your weight from your mid-body is resting on your thighs. On the next inhale in, press more into the ground with your feet because that's where your stability is. Squeeze up through the core. Lift up. Take those elbows back up towards the ceiling. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Back bend slightly, lifting the chest up. Breathe in and out. And just stay there for a few moments. No rush. And then come back to center. If your hands are in the bind, come back to hugging yourself. If you're hugging yourself already, stay there for a moment until we join you. Unwind the arms. Lift them out. Take the hands. Place them flat like they're going towards the wall in front of you. Pull back. Come into your box. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. 2 more. And 1 more. And bring the hands down by the side. All right. Now we're going to come up to standing. So come up. I want to adjust the chair. Place your chair in a way where you feel most comfortable. I'm just going to pull this back just a little bit. Just going to feed my hands. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to start to just get acquainted with our chair. So put your chair in a place where you feel the most comfortable. Give yourself about an inch of space. I'm going to make sure you can see my feetsies. There we go. Yes, there you are. So give yourself about that inch of space, or at least 2 inches. Come to standing up nice and straight. Breathe in and breathe out. And you're going to be facing your left side. So we should all be facing our left side, or I'm facing my left, so you're facing me, but just so you know, we're going to be right behind our chair. Hips are square to the chair, okay? Take your right foot, wiggle your right foot. Okay, so wiggle that right foot, and you're just going to lift it up and allow it to come back down slowly, but it's just going to hover over the ground. Hands are still connected to the seat because we're just gaining our balance, okay? So you're starting to just feel the balls underneath your feet on the left side. Your right foot is hovering. Bring the foot back down, lift it back up to hover, and then lift out, squeezing the core, squeezing the thighs, inhaling and breathing in on the exhale. Come back to hovering. Really focusing on the left foot as well, lifting up out of the pelvic bowl, lifting through the thigh muscle, breathing in and out. And then bring the right foot back down. Okay? We're going to do this on the other side now. So take the left foot, wiggle the left foot. You're going to lift up, breathing in, activating all the muscles, but this time your right foot is anchored into the ground and you're feeling those balls on the bottom of your feet start to become very profound. Allow your left foot to just hover. So allow it to hover and feel that weight fall through the right foot. Lifting back up on the next inhale, squeezing the core, squeezing through the thighs, squeezing the belly, and then exhale and come back down. Again, hovering. Pausing for a moment and then gently placing that left leg back down. We're going to take our left foot back now and the right foot, and you're going to feel the balls underneath the feet each time that you lift the heel up. Allow the toes to stay anchored into the ground. Slowly you can start to lower your head down towards the chair. If you want to take your forearms and rest them on the chair, you can, or you just want to continue to hold on to the chair, you're also welcome to rest your forehead. So this is just the way of being able to kind of do a child pose in a sense. Child pose mixed with what would be like a downward facing dog. And this is just a modification that we get to have because we are using a chair. So it's pretty awesome and cool. And something that we have unique to us. Slowly start to walk those feet out a little bit more. Now you want to stretch out the arms, stretch out the back body, continue to pedal those feet. And then find a place where you feel that those feet are most comfortable and then let them rest. Pressing the full sole of the foot into the ground, softening the knees just a little bit, straightening out the arms, keeping the elbows soft just a little bit. Hands are on the top of the chair, however you feel most comfortable. And then drop the chin into the chest and breathe. Slowly look up, gaze up, keep your body right where it is, back bend the body slightly, looking up. And then on the exhale, come back down, chin to the chest, but this time you're going to arch the back body so that the dome shape of the back is now up towards the ceiling. Belly is tucked in just a little bit, but your body is still in that same position. Then we're going to come back. We're going to do the opposite way. Navel drops towards the mat. The back of the head drops back. There's an extension in the throat body. Last one, we're going to reverse. And this is really good if you have anything tight in your lower back body. You can always just come and do this. In fact, chin to the chest. And then we're going to start to walk back up, step by step, coming back to kind of where we started, maybe 2 inches or 3 inches away from the back of the chair. And come to standing. If you like to take both hands and lift them up at this point, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, keep one hand on the chair. So we're going to take our right hands. So let me come over towards so you can see the right side. Okay, so we're going to take our right hand, wiggle your right hands. Good. All right. So you're going to take your right foot back, and it's going to come to a 45-degree angle. Your left foot is going to stay forward, and you can take that right hand and you can lift it up. Okay? So What you are is now in a warrior one position, but right now my warrior doesn't look too warriorish. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're pivoting our right hip towards the chair so that we're in line with the chair. Then our left hip pulls back. We sit a little bit lower in the thigh on the left side to do that. Knee stays stacked on top of the ankle. If your knee is like this and is kind of running over the toes, I want you to bring it back a little bit. Good. Pressing into the right foot a little bit more. Imagine that you're pressing into the outer rim of that right foot. And then think about like maybe a block, that imaginary block that we had. I want you to take that block and put it right there in between your thighs and squeeze the block so that it doesn't fall. Now, if you want both hands up, you can. This is also warrior one. This is modified warrior one. Breathe in and out and just stay here for a moment. Completely activate the balls on your feet. The big ball is right underneath your toes and then the heel. So activate all those balance points on your feet that you felt when we first started to stand. And look up now, gaze up, and then open up into warrior two. Now, your warrior can be at a different place than my warrior, okay? So, when I say that, that means that your feet can be in any place. I've seen warriors done just like this, and I've also seen warriors spread out throughout the whole mat. I'm going to go somewhere in between. Keep your left hand on the chair, right hand's behind you. Now, what we want to do is make sure that we're facing the wall in front of us. So, make sure that you tuck the tailbone in just a little bit, vertebrae by vertebrae stacked all the way up. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then continue to do all the leg work, pressing your feet into the ground, keeping the box in between your thighs. If you want to have both hands up, you can. Take your gaze, make sure you're looking over the left hand. Sit a little bit lower into that warrior two. Think about a nice, strong warrior, fierce, strong, indomitable spirit. Breathe in and breathe out. Then we're going to gently start to drop our shoulders forward. Or if your hand is not touching the chair, your hand is going to come forward and your palm is going to sky flip and your right hand is going to come down your thigh. If your hand is on the chair for the modification, what happens is your shoulder drops forward and then your fingertips just come to the top of the chair. No matter what, your right hand comes down the thigh. Take the gaze up and look up. Continue to stay active in the lower part of the body. Maybe even press a little bit more into the thighs and press the glutes a little bit more. Squeeze the core. Stay completely active in this peaceful warrior. Breathe in and out. We're going to take our hand, come back into warrior two. Right hand rises, back into warrior two. We're going to now pivot around, come into warrior one. And today we're going to do something a little bit different, guys. So bring both hands to the top of the chair. And coming out of warrior one, I want you to come to the tips of your toes, rotating that foot around so that it's straight and in line with the front of your chair. Breathe in and breathe out. And if it's in your practice, you can start to lift up that leg. Okay, now mind you, you don't have to. You're welcome to keep the toes right there on the ground and just start to lean the body forward, and that's perfectly fine. If you even come up a few centimeters from the ground, that's fine. If you want to come up even more, you're welcome to do that. Breathe in and breathe out. This is a balancing game, right? You got it today. We're doing all the balancing. And come back down, bring the foot back into a comfortable position, and we're going to bring both feet to the front and just walk it out, coming into our downward facing dogish modification with the chair. Okay, wherever you like to be with it, you can walk those feet out. If you want to just stretch them out for a second, you can do that as well. And then we're going to come so that we can do the other side. Okay, so this time, we did the right foot forward, so this time the left foot is going to come forward. The right foot is going to come back. All right? So left foot forward, right foot back. Nope, other way, guys, sorry. Sorry. We're doing the other side this time. So, right foot forward, left foot back. All right, so there we go. So take that left foot, wiggle the left foot, bring it behind you, wiggle the left fingertips. Okay, and the reason for that is that we're going to be lifting that left hand now to lead us. Okay, so we're going to come into our warrior one, left hand lifts. Get our feet into that position so the left leg comes behind us. We're going to make sure it's at that 45-degree angle. We're going to bump that right hip back and bring that left hip forward so that that left hip is in line with that chair. Okay? Again, think about the lower part of the body. I know you might be getting tired, but you don't want to get tired. You want to keep that box in between the legs. Okay? You're still continuing to activate everything. Breathing in and breathing out. And then on the next exhale, you're going to open up into warrior two. All right, so your left hand is behind you. Your right hand is still on the chair. If you do want to lift it, you can lift it so that both are up, warrior two. If you feel any wobblies, you can put your hand back there on the chair. And now look over your left hand. Make sure that you're tucking that tailbone in, you're lifting up through that pelvic bowl, you have a nice strong lower body and mid body. Press more into your feet in the mat so that you're fully active. Breathing in and out. Slowly start to lean forward. So if your hand is in that modified pose, your arm comes down and then it comes back. Your shoulder starts to come back up and lead the way. Left hand to the thigh. If you're in the unmodified pose, your hand rises up and is overhead, peaceful warrior. Breathing in and out, really feel the full breath come through the body. Allow the breath to be steady and open. If you're holding on to that chair, your fingertips are at that chair, your shoulder is back and your head is still up. Come back forward through now warrior two, coming back into warrior one. Hands come to the chair. Left foot now is twist to be forward towards the chair. So the toes are in line with the chair. So we were at that 45-degree angle. Now we're straight. The heel is up. We're on the balls of the toes. And all our weight is going to fall into our right foot. And this time we're going to start to lean ourselves forward. If you want, you can just keep the foot there. But if you want to go in for the full balancing, you can start to lower the chest down. And it's almost like a balance or weights. Okay? Now if you only want to go a little bit, you can. Or if you want to just stay where you are with that toe up, you're welcome to do that. Breathe in and breathe out. You'd be surprised what you can do. Give yourself the opportunity to try, as long as you don't feel wobbly, not too wobbly. Gently place that foot back down on the mat or the ground, and then bring both feet back to the front of the chair. And we're going to push back, come back into our downward facing dog. Walking it out if you like. This is the last one for standing. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back up. Walk forward. And then bring your chair back to a place so that you're facing me. We're going to come back down to sitting. Beautiful. We're going to go through a final flow of the class. I want you to completely connect to the body now and how you feel. We don't want to rush it, right? It's the last flow of the class. We're going to bring our arms and reach them up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. And find a home for your hands. So if you want to keep your hands by your sides, you can. If you want to sky flip the hands and just leave them resting on the thighs, you can. Or if you want to place your hands on your belly for Savasana. We're going to prepare. Breathe in and breathe out. Close the eyes. And the same way that we started class is the same way that we're going to end. We're going to give ourselves permission to relax using our breath and our mind's eye and the feeling within our body. Starting at your feet, relax your feet, your legs, your thighs. Relax your sits bone. Relax the belly, the chest, the arms. Relax the back. Relax the throat, the face, the mind. Relax your senses. And just allow yourself to be here and be completely present. And maybe you can feel a sense of enjoyment and fulfillment as you congratulate yourself on a job well done, because you did not have to come to class today, but you did. Took care of yourself, you honored yourself, you set goals for yourself. Continue to just breathe in and out and use this time to completely restore. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. Allow it to just be part of your Savasana practice. Take a few more breaths. And begin to get ready to come out of Savasana and prepare for the rest of our day. You can wiggle the toes. Maybe wiggle the hands. Open the eyes. Take a few moments to just realign with the world around you. If you'd like to bring your hands to heart center, you can. I thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. And namaste.